Hi, DeeDave here, and today we're having a brief history of the United States of America's legal definition of the term white. Now, I started looking into this because I'm watching a TV show called Fargo. Now, as a quick interlude, if you haven't watched Fargo, I'd highly recommend it. It's 4 seasons, but it's an anthology series, so if you have to watch one season, I'd say season 2, because it has the best character in any work of fiction, Mike Milligan. God, I wish Mike Milligan was real so I could kiss him on his lips. Now, in Season 4 of Fargo, which I'm currently watching, so no spoilers please, there is a heavy contention between two groups of people, a black gang and an Italian gang, a mafia. In this show, they emphasize that the Italians aren't really treated as white by society. It takes place in the 1950s, so huge segregation, discrimination, bunch of terrible things going on at the time. A lot of xenophobia. And this got me wondering, because I'm like, how can Italians not be classified as white? Because in my mind, anyone who looks white is white, be they Italian, English, German, Slavic, whatever, you know? So it's got me looking into the US definitions of white, and like how white's kind of classified. It turns out really subjectively, but not the point of this video. We're not going to delve into politics, really. More so, I found a Wikipedia article, the definitions of whiteness in the United States, and I was immediately enthralled by how they classified whiteness, and what they decided they needed to classify as being white. Now, during the 19th and 20th century, you could only actually immigrate to the United States if you were classified as white. So, they had a lot of court proceedings to determine what actually they determined white to be, and it's, oh boy, it's something. So in this brief video, we're taking a look at the cases provided to the USA during this time period, and just gonna see how they defined white, so we can maybe get a better understanding of, I guess, how bullshit America was. Now, our first case was in 1878, where it decreed infamously that Chinese people are not white. Then, next up in 1880, said persons half white and half Native American are not white. So if you're white, you are not white. Then in 1889, it decreed that Hawaiians are not white, based on scientific evidence. Let it be known, Chinese people are still not white. Why let China be the only Asian country that has any fun? In 1894, it was decided that the Burmese and Japanese were also not white. In 1895, it was decided that Chinese people are still not white. In 1897, America came to the conclusion that Mexicans are white. In 1900, it was decided that Native Americans are not white. No explanation given. In 1902, they reaffirmed their stance that the Japanese are not white. However, in 1908, they determined that the Japanese are not white. Persons half white, 1/4 Japanese, and 1/4 Chinese are not white. So if you're mostly white, you're not white. In 1909, Asian Indians are probably not white. It was determined that Levantines, people from a broad area of the Middle East, are white from historical background. Which, if you base it on historical background, I believe that would make most of Africa white too, but I guess I'm not the United States. Armenians are also decided to be white, and Asian Indians are white based on the ocular inspection of skin. Syrians are also white, but the Japanese are not white. But the Syrians are white, as are the Asian Indians. Persons 3/4 Filipino and 1/4 white aren't white, and persons half German and half Japanese are not white. Syrians are not white, based on common knowledge. Asian Indians, though, are still white, and just to really make sure you guys know, Syrians are not white. And I mean it this time. Just kidding. Persons 3/4 Filipino and 1/4 white are not white. Filipinos are not white. No explanation needed. And in case you're really wondering though, Filipinos, not white. And neither are Asian Indians. Never mind. Koreans are not white, Japanese are not white, and by God, we changed our mind again. Asian Indians are no longer white, and the Japanese are not white, nor are the Asian Indians. The Armenians, however, are white. The Punjabis, whether they be Hindu or Arabian, are not white. Persons 3/4 Chinese and 1/4 white are not white. Filipinos are not white, nor are Afghanis, and the Asian Indians are not white, nor the Filipinos. Persons 3/4 Native American and 1/4 African are not African. What's this case doing in here? Asian Indians are not white, and nor are Filipinos or Asian Indians. And to close things off, Arabians are not white. Just kidding. Have a good night.